As mayor, I'll call this meeting to order with a pledge of allegiance. Please stand. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Stop, call the roll.
Carter. Parker. Schneider.
Here.
Stoops.
Here.
Wilson. Sukasar. Absent. Sukas W.
Yeah.
Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make a motion to excuse the absence. Ward's one.
Parker.
Yes.
Schneider. Stoops. Wilson. Sukasar. Absent. Sukas W.
Yes.
Martyr.
Yes.
Mr. Jarvis, the floor is yours.
Pardon me?
The floor is yours.
My question is, has anything, well, I know nothing's been done as far as next door to me with the fence.
Could you speak up a little bit?
I have a problem with the way the fence is going up alongside of my house. It's not being put up properly and nothing's being done about it. It's been like 8 weeks now. And I would just like, I want to see the privacy fence there, but I want to see it put up right. It's not going up as far as what's in your books.
So just so you know, I went by there and I looked at it probably a month ago, before you actually sent the complaint form. And I went back and looked at it after you sent the complaint form, 2 weeks ago or something. I called Jeff, the building inspector, about it. He said that there's a permit, and when she's done, it'll be inspected. I'm not sure what else I can do other than that.
It's not final inspected, right?
No, it's not. It's not been inspected.
Because even the whole backside is 110% wrong. And, but he originally told, the building inspector originally told me, when he first came out there, he says, I'm gonna give her 7 days to turn the fence around, and if not, I'm taking her to court. That's been, what, 9 weeks now?
Well, she put up a second panel, right? Facing the opposite direction?
Right.
Okay.
But I don't know if you've seen in the pictures that my wife sent, the fences are like this. I mean, are we living in the slums? It's very, very tacky. The posts are sticking up that much higher than the 6-foot privacy fence. Well, you're only supposed to go 6 foot. You know, that's exceeding the 6 foot.
I don't think it's completed yet. I'm not sure what you want me to tell you. I spoke to the building inspector. He said when she calls for inspection, he'll go over there and inspect it.
What if that takes 6 more months? I mean, you know,
Wasn't there a time limit on the permit? Should be.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I don't know if there is or not.
What is it?
It's every 6 months.
6 months. Is that all you wanted?
You know, like I said, I want to see the fence art because there is big issues. But let's do it the right way. That's all I'm asking. And so far, it has not been done the right way.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. City Administration, Donna?
I have nothing.
Fire Chief? David?
Yeah, September 14th is a senior night out from 4 to whenever. Starting September 22nd, I'm gonna have jam nights at the youth center from 6 to 8. October 8th, we're having a health fair from 9 to 2, that's on a Saturday. I'm planning a December movie at the youth center, Polar Express. And also, I'm gonna add some winter concerts like we did down at the river. They seem to go so well. I want to do something in the winter too, maybe a couple bands, twice a month, something like that. And that's all I got.
Sounds good. Thank you. Is there any amendments to the agenda? If not, I'll take
I'll make a motion as that agenda is presented. Support?
Schneider,
yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson, Lukasar, absent, Zupas W.
Yeah.
Martyr, Parker.
Yes.
Minutes from August 16th. Is there any questions about them? Now I'll take a motion.
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 16, 2016.
Support.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar, absent, Zupas W.
Yeah.
Martyr,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider.
Yes. Okay, presentation of August disbursement report of $179,028.65 and electronic wire transfers of $8,161.88. Is there any questions about that? Take a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the August disbursements of $179,028.65 and the electronic wire transfers of $8,161.88.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar, absent, Zupas W.
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
We have no communications. Paul, you have the floor.
Thank you. Pleasure being here tonight. I handed out a copy of your annual financial audit. As you know, each year you contract with our firm to do an audit of your financial records. We come out, spend about a week with your staff. Everybody's very cooperative with us. They're very friendly and pleasure to work with. I'll briefly go through it. Everything went very well. If you turn in just past the table of contents, it's a page that says Stewart, Bovee, and Whipple on the top, page 1 on the bottom. This is what they call the independent auditor's report. It's where a firm gives an opinion on whether your financial statements are presented in accordance with what they call general accepted accounting principles. And you have what they call an unmodified or a clean opinion. That's what you're striving for. That's the best type of an opinion you can receive. And again, what that means is everything is presented in accordance with general accepted accounting principles. Page 2, page 3 gets into something called the management discussions and analysis for 3, 4, 5, and 6. And basically, it's just a real quick overview for the reader. We're going to go a little bit more detailed than that tonight, but it is required to get that clean opinion. There. On page 7, 7 is what's called a statement of financial position. It's the commercial way of looking at the city of Memphis. It takes all your assets, all your liabilities, and leaves what's called your net position. It includes the value of your buildings, your water and sewer lines, and everything. And you can see if you go to the bottom right-hand corner, if you were a corporation, you'd be worth about $4,462,000 the book value of the city of Memphis. And again, that includes the historical cost of the building, water and sewer lines, and so forth. I think the only thing I want to point out on this page is that there's no brackets. A lot of governmental units have promised benefits to employees and are now having deficits in their equity position when you show them on a commercial rate. You don't have any of those post-retirement benefits out there, which is very good. If we turn over to page 10, we're going to start talking to the traditional way governmental units have reported. The first column is your general fund. You'll see your assets at $152,000 of cash, your investments of $510,000, some receivables of $14,000, due from other governmental units, which is basically state share revenue of $53,000. So total assets in your general fund as of June 30th, 2016, $731,268. Then list your liabilities, bills that you owe, and accrued wages. Total liabilities of $62,816, which left your fund balance as of June 30th, 2016, total of $668,452. There's actually two classifications. There's a portion of it restricted for salvage money. It's revenue that came in through your salvage process that can only be spent for a specific purpose, which leaves your unassigned fund balance of $605,708. You'll see right next to it there, your major street fund had a fund balance as of June 30th of $354,149, and your local street, $149,310. The fire equipment replacement fund had $234,280 as of the end of the year. And all your other capital replacement funds, and we'll break that down a little bit, a total fund balance of $67,500. We'll break it down as we go a little bit further. If you turn to the page, 2 pages back, page 13, is the operating statement or the statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in fund balance. It shows the revenues and expenditures for your funds. You'll see your taxes, where the majority of your revenue, you get about $334,000. State shared revenues, $163,000. Charges for services, $313,000. Total revenues, $890,121. It then lists your expenditure by major category: general government, public safety, public works, and so forth. Total expenses of $815,082. And then you transfer money to some of your other funds, a negative of $55,924. So for the year ended June 30th, 2016, you were to the good $19,150. So positive revenues over expenditures for the year of $19,150. Again, if you go across, you'll see the major street was to the good $33,204. The local street fund was to the positive $34,837. Your fire equipment replacement fund was to the good $53,670. And all your other smaller funds, $48,157. We'll look at that in a few minutes. If we look at page 16, you have what they call a proprietary fund. It's your water and sewer fund, and what it's supposed to be is self-supporting. That's why they call it a proprietary fund. It's supposed to operate similar to a business. It lists all your current assets, your restricted assets, and then your non-current assets, which is basically your capital water and sewer lines, your water tower, and so forth. And then it subtracts out your liabilities, a few accounts payable, some accrued liabilities, which is basically salaries, some vacation and sick that your employees have earned, that if they terminate, you get paid off about $23,000, which left your net position, total net position, $1,719,870. You don't have that much money to spend. A majority of it is tied up in your water and sewer line. You'll see that portion is pulled out of investment capital assets, $1,412,000. And then you have some money restricted for debt that you collected on your bill. They use it for debt or capital replacement of $13,192. That leaves your unrestricted, or the money that would be available, of $294,559. So that's really the number to key on that page, is the $284,000. If you had a water break or something, that's what you'd have available to fix your water or sewer line. Page 18. Page 17. Skip a page. This is your operating statement for your water and sewer funds. You'll see your water and sewer fund took in $296,000. With operating expenses of $290,661. You had a little bit of interest earned of $341. So for the year ended June 30th, you were to a positive $5,896, and that's including your depreciation of $44,000. So if you add that back, you were actually almost $50,000 to the positive, which helped you build up a little bit of cash reserves. Because as we know, $300,000 doesn't go very far if you have to replace the line or anything like that. The rest of the report gets into a lot more detail, but I will, if we just turn back to page 36 and 37. In front of the report, there was that column that said other funds. There's basically 5 other funds. This year you have a new fund called Municipal Street Fund. There, as you know, you levied a tax for municipal streets. At the end of the year, had $45,448 in cash. That was a fund balance. Your police equipment replacement fund had $12,496 at the end of the year. Your DPW equipment replacement had $4,007. Your clerk treasurer equipment replacement had $3,294, and your library equipment replacement had $2,269 as of the end of the year. That's primarily the number section. In the back of the report, I put 2 letters in there for you. The first one says independent auditors report on internal control. One of the things when we come out here, we not only do we audit the numbers, but we spend a lot of time looking at your processes to make sure that there's two sets of eyes that see most transactions. You approving bills tonight as part of that whole process. We make sure all the bills that we select for testing is on your agenda and so forth. And we do a lot of other testing. And if we become aware of any weaknesses, we're required to communicate it in this letter. There's only one item on this letter, and it's a continuing item, and it's really a technicality. Back when Enron and everything was going on, they came up with this crazy idea that all entities, regardless of whether it's a very small entity or IBM of the world, should have somebody on staff that can draft the financial statements. So that's what you contract us for, to help you pull it all together and get it to the state in accordance with accounting principles. But it just says you rely on us to help you with that process. Other than that, we didn't find any weaknesses in your controls. You have pretty good checks and balances. It's important that, the mayor comes in and looks at the bank statements. That process started quite a few years ago. That's a very good process because you do have a small accounting staff, and we encourage you to continue with things like that. The second letter is the audit communication letter. CPA firms aren't required to come to a meeting like this. We appreciate the opportunity to come and answer any questions. If we had any problems during the audit, we would have communicated this letter. There was no problems. As I indicated, your staff is very cooperative. We enjoy working with them. My staff enjoys coming out to the city. About 4 pages back, there's something called attachment A. Although this isn't a weakness in your system, it's just something that we might want you to look at. You have different building inspector, you have plumbing inspector, and you have mechanical. That's why I went there for a second. And one of them is treated as an employee, and 2 of them is treated as independent contractors. And that's basically how they're paid. And what we're asking here, or is suggesting, is that you document why you treat 1 as an employee and 2 as independent contractors. One of the first things that the IRS comes in and checks your records, they ask for 1099. They want to see who you're treating as independent contractors. For instance, our firm is an independent contractor with the city. They want to know why you classified them that way. And what we're suggesting here is like a 20-point questionnaire that you can go through and make sure you have documentation if they come in, that there is a justification for treating 1 as an employee and a couple of them as independent contractors, just so you're protected if they come in. That's all we're suggesting. Other than that, everything went very well during the audit. I'd be happy to go through in a lot more detail, answer any question. I know you just got it tonight. I'd be happy to answer anything else you may have.
Well, we've discussed it before, so we'll say.
And thank you. It's a pleasure working with you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Adoption of ordinance number 198, groundwater standard isolation restrictions. Larry, you got this?
Yeah, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Good night.
Last council meeting, I went through all this, so I don't think I have to do it again. And we introduced it, and tonight we want to adopt it. So if there isn't any further, if there is any questions, then I'll try to answer them. I think we discussed it fully last council meeting. So any questions at all? Can you make a motion then?
Absolutely.
I'll make a motion that we adopt the groundwater standard isolation restriction ordinance number 198.
Support.
Sukusa absent. Sukus W.
Yes.
Martyr. Parker. Schneider.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
Thank you. Fall burning dates, October 2nd, 2016 until November 12th, 2016. Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
Fire department.
Apollo Fire Apparatus invoice. Chief, it's a long one.
Yeah, as you can see, several pages. Basically, this is the engine that we have. Almost from day 1 that we've had this truck, we've had an issue with the throttle on it. We've had 3 different companies take a look at it. This is the first company that initially took a look at it. They were out here for, like it says in here, a couple days. And finally we were able to resolve the issue. One of the other companies wanted us to tow it to their facility in Northville, which would incur tow fees and things like that, so. Yes, it's a very large amounts, but
This will correct it, just.
so far, it's been good. Yeah, they fixed this, actually, it's probably been 2-3 months now. They just finally built us because everything's been working okay on it, and then it's been working, so it's fixed.
Oh, this is good.
So it's,
The fuel pedal is an electronic fuel pedal, so it's not like the old
cable hooked up to the carburetor?
Yeah.
Is this the one that had a short wire?
Yeah. They found a shortened wire and a relay that was bad. Just
Just
tracing down
to find
electrical. A lot of it was the labor end of it was a lot of it. And we're held to we can't just have any individual work on the vehicle. There's only 3 companies around that actually work on fire trucks, so their hands are tied, unfortunately.
I'll make a motion to get invoice from Apollo Fire Apparatus for $2,564.09. Support.
Lucas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Parker,
Yeah.
Schneider,
yes?
Stoops, Wilson,
Yes.
Superstar, absent.
Okay, now, resolution for open burning dates, October 2nd through November 12th. We do this every year. So do you want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution for the burn season from October 2nd through November 12th. And I believe we don't have,
Halloween.
Halloween,
30th and 31st.
Oh, the 30th too?
Oh, just
Okay.
both days? With the amendment of excluding Halloween.
Support.
Martyr,
Yes.
Parker, Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Superstar, absent, Lucas,
Yes.
Okay, lot combination on Pratt Road. Mr. Siska's here tonight. The planning commission met last week. He would like to combine his property with the neighboring property that he also purchased, and he's going to build a pole barn there. The planning commission looked at it, and they're recommending that we allow him to combine these 2 properties. And Mr. Siska has agreed to make the easement in the front of the property. The property that does not have the house on it currently has a different setback than the one next to it, so he's going to quit claim deed to the city, the 27 feet, 6 square down the road, I think it is.
Yeah, to bring it out to the center of the road so that we have that as an easement, so if we have to dig it up, we don't have to go to Mr. Siska and say, hey, we're gonna be digging up here, so.
And down the road, obviously. Does anybody have any questions about it? Larry? I think you got the verbiage.
I discussed this with Jamie to kind of get the correct information and make a motion. And Donna, you won't have to copy this, I'll give you a copy of this so that you can do it, okay? Per the planning commission recommendation, motion to approve the combination of parcel numbers 0302 329-001 and 0302-329-002, contingent on the owner dedicating the northerly row of the said parcel 0302-329-002, so that the northerly row line continues easterly from northeast corner of lot 1, parcel 0302-329-001, and contingent on Michael Siska's, is that correct? Okay, sorry if I didn't pronounce it. Signing the quick claim deed.
Support.
Parker,
Yes.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Superstar, absent, Lucas,
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
All right, so the fire department is putting an advertisement in the Voice for volunteer fire and emergency responders. You have the bill in front of you for $350. Anybody have any questions about that?
This goes to the city, not the fire department?
fire department, it comes out of the fire department's budget.
Oh. I'll make a motion to pay the invoice to the Voice newspaper for $350.
Schneider,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lukasar, absent Lucas W.
Yes.
Martyr,
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Believe it or not, I have nothing. Kurt?
Nope, nothing for me.
Larry?
Nothing tonight.
JP?
Well, issue with dog leashes. Talked to a resident over here who's walking without a dog on a leash. I just politely went up to him and gave him a heads up about the city ordinance and also ordinancing that department's over here. And he made a comment of he's like, well, that's kind of funny. I was talking to a police officer the other day with the leash right around my neck and he didn't say nothing. Not saying get anybody tickets or anything, but hey, give them a heads up. One person does it, obviously everybody else is not want that dog on the leash. So they be giving, that's on the information.
It is a rule in the city, we have an ordinance, that your dog's supposed to be on a leash. And you're also supposed to clean up after your dog.
So that's it.
Thank you. Scott? Bill?
Not today.
Motion to adjourn.
Not right now.
Mayor, the Chamber of Commerce meeting tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the morning at Broadcast Tower.
Okay. It won't be on TV until probably Friday anyways.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, I'll be there.
You got a time frame yet?
I went to the health department today. So I'm getting all the paperwork in.
They're usually pretty quick, right?
She has an issue with my beer cooler, but we're working through that, so. We should have everything wrapped up. They should be able to come out next week.
Everything close, is that what you're saying?
Yes.